those that have maybe lost friends or are anxious that they actually could be sick, please, may God intervene in your situation. So we are in the lockdown, and today I think is either 4th or 5th day. I'm not really counting, but what we want to learn this evening is exactly what can we do to turn this crisis into an opportunity. I understand that most of us are home, locked up, and either you're a student, either you're employed, all of us are somewhere locked up. Myself, I'm here in my bedroom, and this is where I do most of my work. So you can imagine how life has turned to be. But what can we do? What can we pick up from this? What kind of opportunities can we get out of this? Because at the end of the day, this is not going to end the next day. So we want to see how can we continue living the lives that we desire, the lives that we'll be proud of, despite whatever is really happening. So that is where my discussion will really be like. As you can see, my screen here, we have bowels. So we have different opportunities that are within this crisis. And at the end of this session, we want to fill these bowels. We want to see what is my take out of this. How can I end this period productively and a much better person? So I welcome you to the session. Just a slight kind of introduction. My name is Samuel Ibanda, and like Darius indicated, I do several kind of things. And one of the reasons why I really do several kind of things is because life is about living. Life is about doing extraordinary. Life is about doing things right now and not waiting for the future, because the future is not certain. Our fathers used to live long years, for example, maybe 70, 80. But for now, you every time you see young people dying when they are young. So what exactly are you doing at a point in time like this, that even when you're gone, maybe you're before another being for accountability, you'll be able to give a good accountability of what exactly you did. So my name, like I indicated, Samuel Ibanda. I'm a husband to somebody. I'm married. I'm also a father. I have a son. I'm also a mentor, a coach, a friend, and a teacher. I do teach people what I know. Everyone at least knows something, so everyone is a teacher. So that is what basically I do. Short profile. Yes, I do lots of things like indicated earlier on, but most of the things that I really, I'm really proud of is the aspect that I create change in people's lives, like you who are part of this session today. Myself, I want to continue helping as much as I can, especially young people, in attaining their dreams, because one of the things that I really believe that every one of us has a dream to fulfill. It could be maybe to work for that multinational company. It could be maybe to walk down the aisle. It could be maybe to attain that PhD or master's at one point in time. We have really big dreams. It could also be owning a business. Like you've seen here, I'm owning some set of businesses in my life, as well as I'm also pursuing my career. I'm also doing things that that are in line with my passion, in line with the things that I really feel I love to do. So back to our topic today. So we want to remain productive amidst the COVID-19 lockdown. Now, I know at this point in time, you're trying to think and wondering, my workplace is closed up. My business cannot run right now. Everything is locked. I even don't have money to really do certain kind of things. How can I remain productive? How can I utilize this time? So I want to share from personal experience of how I've been able to utilize this time, and of course, come out as a winner. So we proceed now. Before I get down into this topic, please, I request somebody to mute. Let me try to mute. Okay.
No,
Please.
anyone would worry.
Okay. I've decided to mute everyone because one of the things okay. Please don't unmute unless you have maybe something to say. We'll have a session for questions. So thank you so much. So one of the things I'm saying is that there's life even in the storm. Life is not about waiting for the storm to pass, but learning to dance in the rain. And right now, some of you might be unwell. I want to say that you will be okay. You will be okay. This shall really pass. And even if you're anxious of the symptoms that you're feeling, this shall all pass. But then, are you going to wait for it to pass, or are you going to do something right now that takes you ahead? So it's really very important for us to learn to live in the storm, because the storm will continue. 2021 was a time when we thought this was all going to become better, but it turns out not to be what we expected. We are back to the lockdown. So as I go into my session to give you insights of how you can utilize this time to remain more productive, I'm going to use what I'm going to regard to as the 7 F's of life. These 7 F's may be very common to you. Maybe you've come across them, but these are very, really very important for us to understand in this perspective. So the question is, how can I live life when everything is not okay? Your finances are not okay. Your business is not running. Maybe you've lost that job. What exactly can we really do right now? So one of our first F that we want to concentrate around this time is the aspect of finances. Now, somebody may wonder why I've all started with finances. Now, finances is like oxygen right now, that whoever has it has an opportunity to continue living, an opportunity to continue boosting their immunity, an opportunity to be able to get a meal a day. So a time like this is a great time to plan for your finances, a time to think about how much do I earn? How much do I spend? How much have I invested? How much do I have in debt? And what is my future in terms of my finances? Because friends, right now we see that the world has changed so much that you can never have that full financial freedom because of the storms of whatever is happening. Today you're opening up a business and it is thriving, maybe it is a bar. The next day, business is locked up and you cannot move ahead. The other day you're running, you're owning maybe whatever kind of business, but also maybe it could be in employment. And at the end of the day, that job just elapses and goes away. So a time like this is a time for us to think and see, what if we remain in the lockdown? Can I still survive? What if we have another lockdown next year and maybe I lose my job? How can I still survive? So it's a time for you to plan on certain elements of your finances. Start to look at, where do I want to see myself maybe the next 5 years in terms of my finances? What investments am I making to be able to give me money? But also trying to see, how can I make myself liquid? Because right now, some of you might be owning land, might be owning cars, but these cars cannot be turned into money right now. So how can you balance between investing in long-term assets, but also investing in short-term assets that give you a daily cash flow? So it's really very important for us to utilize this time to plan our finances. So there are different areas that you could be looking at, areas to do with your education, because your education requires finances, and it's an investment in itself, because when you invest in your education, then you have an opportunity to be able to grow in your career, because it will attract opportunities around you. So we also have things to do with retirement. Now, retirement is no longer now for the old people. Retirement is for everyone. Everyone can go into retirement at any point in time, because the jobs these days are very temporal. Many organizations are now thinking of having lean structures. So what will you do when you don't have that job? Are you saving enough to take care of you when that time comes? Elements of risk, for example, right now, for you to access ICU in a private hospital, it's a lot of money. So are you a person who is going to face it when it happens because you didn't plan very well? Or are you a person who is going to utilize this time to plan? I believe that if we utilize this time to plan, just like the way it happened last year, I think this time would have been much better. Maybe you would have some good money on your account to be able to take you through the period. So sit down, use the time to plan. The other is family. Now, family comes next just to finances. Once we've sorted out the oxygen of things, this time is a time to connect with your loved ones. Now, some of you are married, and some of you are single, some of you are dating. A time like this, family needs us. Now, in most times when somebody speaks about being productive, somebody thinks that it's all about making money. It's all about doing work. But at the end of the day, we forget about the small things that bring us together. Family is why we exist. Family is our purpose, all of us. So it's very important for us to use this time to see how can we rejuvenate our love. If you have a spouse, what kind of things are you doing this time to be able to bring that kind of light within them? Those that are single, how are you reforming yourself during this time to be able to attract the right spouse for you? Because at the end of the day, everyone is looking for the best. So are you the best? As you say that I want a man who is like this and this, are you doing the same thing? Or you a person who is actually not doing anything towards that? So it's really very important for us to have that in mind, that this is a time to connect with the family, play, connect with them, call them. It may not only be your spouse or your children, it could be also your siblings, could be your father, your mother. Call them, give them some time during this time, because you've continuously had excuses of you at school, you at work, you don't have time. So can you try to connect with your family, because it is very important. Now the other is your friends. Now a time like this, we don't want to forget about the people that are in our lives that we call friends. Friends are really very important people in our lives. And it's a time like this that we need to reach out to them. Some people have lost their jobs, and you're a friend who still has a job. You still have some money that you can support these people. At the end of the day, when you're in that night and you get that heart attack, the person who is going to take you to hospital is that friend who stays next to you. Is that friend who will be there to help you. At a time like this, check on people, see how they are faring. I'll tell you myself, I have different friends that have checked on me during this time, even when the situation is not easy. But it has really meant a lot. At the end of the day, these friends are part of our network. When all is gone, it is these friends that come around and build us. It's these friends that come around and bring opportunities to us. Some of you have wondered why you go to a wedding meeting and somebody is saying, I'll give you 4 million shillings. And somebody's wondering, how are you related to that person? And someone says, they're just my friend. It's because of the investment that they have done prior that will actually uplift them. So this time you may not have physical meetups, but just a phone call away. Just make it, look through your contacts and say, can I check on these people all throughout? It creates that kind of important connection that you need in your life. The other is fitness. So we've now so far looked at finances, we've looked at family, we now looked at friends. The other is fitness. Productivity without good health is nothing. A time like this is a time for you to try to see, how can I grow my fitness? How can I stay healthy? Because we know very well at a time like this, COVID is everywhere. And what makes you secure is having a body that can accommodate the disease and fight it. So are you doing something or that adds kind of fitness within you? Are you utilizing your space at home to do something? You don't need a lot. Just walking around. Before I came in for this call, I walked about 2 kilometers. Just walking to try to get myself much better. So a time like this, engage yourself in this. This is all for your health. It's not all about work. It's not about, when someone says being productive, it's not all about doing things that bring money. Of course, at the end of the day, wealth is health, like health is wealth. When you're fit, you're able to do your work. When you're fit, you're able to provide for your family. When you're fit, you're able to reduce on your medical bills. Very important for us to have that in mind. And of course, the other is fun. We shouldn't make ourselves busy all throughout, but we should also remember fun. Do some movie, watch some movie, have some house parties with your family, dance. You don't need to invite everyone to your house to have dance with your spouse. If you're just one or two people in the house, dance with them, have fun, do something, play. There are games that you can really find either online, you can buy cards, have fun and make yourself productive. At the end of the day, your mind will be rejuvenated. And some of the reason why I'm really giving you all these kind of things is because at a point in time like this, there's a lot of risk of our minds being affected by whatever is really happening around. So when you don't get your mind busy, you all be spending the whole time on social media, scrolling through negativity. And at the end of the day, this will really disturb your mind and it will affect your mental health. So these kind of things, when you get your phones away and you start to reflect on some of these things, you get that notebook, try to reflect and see what am I exactly doing, to try to do some plays and get yourself rejuvenated. So really very, very important for us. So live and work, but do not forget to play, because to have fun in life is to really enjoy it. So just make sure you have a plan. And then we have future, the plan for your next. Now, why this is one of the important F's in living a fruitful life is that for you to live a better life, you have to create it yourself. You have to create it right now. And that's why this is one of my favorite quotes. The best way to predict the future is to create it right now. So what exactly are you creating right now that we will be proud of in the next phase? So it's really very important for us that a time like this, we have to plan for what our future will look like. And your future may be about your marriage. If you're single, what is your future like? What kind of person do you want? Are you reforming yourself? Are you learning about marriage? There are great resources that you can find online about marriage, about living in fruitful relationships. Are you a person who is into career? Maybe you want to grow to become a manager at one point in time. Maybe you want to become a director. What exactly are you doing right now that helps you to become that person at the end of the day? I'll give you an example that myself, I'm currently a finance partnership lead at Save the Children International. And it's been about 6 years journey of my career to get to that. And I've gone through different levels. At least every year I earn a promotion or I get a better pay because of the small things that I continuously do on a day-to-day basis. It could be just by taking a course. I've taken different short courses to boost my skills. At the end of the day, it is that value that you create within yourself that attracts other extra value. So a time like this, you have no excuse but to create your future. Because you have all the time. You wake up every morning, you have no work to do, you have nothing. Why don't you sit down and make a reflection on who do I want to become? What do I want to do exactly in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years? Can you try to create that plan? Can you try to create that reflection? After the reflection, can you create action plans that you start on, even during this time in the lockdown? You don't need have shops open or taxis open for you to start on to your future. Just doing a reflection of what you want to become and utilizing the resources that are within your reach, like online resources. You trying to learn from online, trying to read a book, trying to do several kind of things. And these resources are for free. You can find them for free. One of the things that I've come to realize is that there's a lot that really have. There's a lot of harvest, but then the harvesters are very few. So be part of those people that are going to utilize this time to learn something. Last year, I used the lockdown to learn more about personal finance. And that really helped me. And it actually helped me launch more of my career in the area of personal finance. I've been helping different people manage their personal finance, but it's a skill that I tapped into when we went in the lockdown last year. I attended webinars online. Darius used to organize some webinars there. I used to attend them. I used to go to YouTube to get a topic, get a specific topic that you want to grow in during this time, and just go to Google and put it there, or go to YouTube. You'll get all this information right there. So your plan matters a lot, and it's a time like this that we need to predict that future. If you want to be rich, you have to create that wealth to get you there. So I hope that is very, very important. And of course, one of the other things that you also need to look at right now is the aspect of your faith. As one of the last F's when it comes to living a fruitful life is the aspect of faith. I know either you're Muslim, either you're Catholic, either you're an Advent, whatever religion you are, a time like this is a time for you to get closer to God. Because at the end of the day, it is all about Him. It's all about His provision. It's all about His intervention in your situation. If you're sick, pray as you take the precautions, as you take the medications. Have faith that God is there and God will heal you. If you've lost your job, have the faith that God will actually create a new job for you after the lockdown. So it's very important for us to not only think about life in the perspective of day-to-day work, but to remember that our faith matters, our future matters, our fun matters, because the fun rejuvenates our lives. The fun rejuvenates who we are. And then at the end of the day, we also have to remain healthy by doing some kind of fitness that keeps us healthy. And at the end of the day, also connect with people, because our networks is our net worth. And every time we reach out to our friends during these hard times, it reveals to them as true friends. And then family. Family is very important for us. I know some of you say, I mean, I don't want to get married. This getting married doesn't yield anything, but I want to tell you that getting married is the sweetest thing that you can ever engage in. There's a lot that you can get out of it. Having somebody alongside you. Imagine you're in ICU and no one is actually alongside you. It is your partner who will be there to support you. It will be your partner who will be able to give you that kind of courage and hope to continue living. And as well as your children. A time like this, connect with your children, connect with the people that you love, your parent, your father, and at the end of the day, your finances. Plan your investments, plan for your retirement, plan for your financial health, and do something that can give you some kind of pride at the end of the day. So thank you so much for listening, and I would love to take any questions.
Thank you very much, Samuel, for sharing with us quite interesting insights for us. We are very much humbled to be hearing from you. So right now, I'm going to welcome the questions directed to Samuel. You can either type in the chat or you can raise your hand and I'll pick you up and you'll be able to voice your question. So if you have a comment, if you have a question, please feel free to.
Yes, good evening, family, and good evening, everyone. Thank you, Samuel, for that wonderful presentation. My question is, how best can I engage my partner? For instance, of you know, we all have different characters. Probably during this kind of situation where both of us we are at home. So how best can I engage my partner, or can I change my partner to love what I want? Like in terms of when it comes to fitness, also when it comes to fun, what best things or what best language can I use to change my partner to love exactly what I also love? Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. That question is noted. Darius, are we taking questions? Can I answer each question as it comes through?
Yeah, I don't have any question any other question as of now, so you can respond to that.
Okay, fine. In case you have any comment or question, please drop it in the chat box, then I'll answer it. So thank you so much. Now, about your question, I know we are home now and we are with our spouses, and sometimes when you're with somebody for a long period of time, especially during this time, sometimes there are certain kind of things that really pick up. And this is not only about even spouses, but even as siblings, this really happens during this time. Now, when it comes to relationship, you see, everyone is looking for a win-win. What do I benefit from this? So somebody is looking for the why, because at the end of the day, you love it, but they are not interested and they don't understand the why. Why should we actually do this? Why should we actually maybe engage in fitness? So I think for you, what to do is to front the why, to give them insights on why you actually you taking a given path. If you're trying to plan for investments right now, why should you bring such conversations, and why are they very important for them? And also listen to them. Why are they choosing the other side of the option? Because you don't want to force them into something that they don't believe in. So yours is to make them believe in you by telling them why you actually need that. Alternatively, I encourage you, if you're with your spouse, especially right now, they are really very good movies. They are good write-ups that you can engage in and read together or watch together. In that, there are lots of things that you get out of it. For example, if somebody is speaking about that as a couple, you need to sit together, you need to plan together, you need to boost up the kind of connection that you have, especially during this time. Then she'll understand, okay, this is actually what people are advising, and I think we should maybe take it up. So bring it indirectly, but also showing that understanding mind, that I understand your point of view, but this could be much better. But at the end of the day, also try to love what they're also doing. When they see you supporting them, then they'll also be able to support you. So those are just my few comments on that. Thank you.
Thank you, Samuel. So for the comments that I see here, I see people are saying very nice presentation, wonderful presentation. Someone here says, that's Julie from Musical. She says the 4 F's. I've learned family, friends, finance, and fitness. Though broad, if we have to go into details, but very basic to our lives. I do not seem to have other questions as of now. Okay, I see a question from Matthew, and he's saying, basically the challenge we face now is about finances and how to meet the demands of our families. Yet some people or breadwinners didn't even overlook this situation. What do you have for such kind of people who can't meet demands or necessities of the family? Over to you, Samuel.
Okay, thank you, Darius. I'm one of those that have a family, like I indicated already, and I really understand what you could be going through. But at a point in time like this is a point of honesty and bringing the reality on the table and planning for the small resources you have. Because right now you could have some money on the account, or that money may be nearly getting down. But what exactly are you doing right now? Now, I'm one person who believes that one person should not have a single source of income. And I know most of us on this call might be in that dilemma of having a single source of income. It means you cannot earn anything outside your job. If you lose your job, that is all. I think for me right now is become creative. There are people are consuming certain kind of products. You might have to go and look for a batch of matoke, divide it, and start selling 8 for 1,000 and make profits to it. If you have a veranda right there, you have to creatively do something right now, because at the end of the day, we shall not wait for government to come. And some of you have good kind of skills and experience. I'll give you an example. Myself, we are currently running classes for CPA. I'm a tutor of CPA. We are doing online classes. And every time I'm looking through my phone, somebody's saying, how can I make the payment? What exactly can I do to join your classes? So there's something very specific that you can actually turn into money. It could be guitar lessons. Somebody was saying, I'm teaching people how to play a guitar. Can you join? And I'm charging maybe 10,000. Any small penny that you can actually make during this time is a plus for you. You can use also online, sell something that you have that can bring you money at the end of the day, because it's about survival. We cannot die of hunger at a point in time like this. So utilize, see what kind of opportunities are there. Dealing foodstuffs. People right now are looking for lemons. Go and buy a bag of lemon and divide it and sell to other people. You put it on your WhatsApp status, people will be ordering, please bring me this kind of lemons. And you know, some of these things, even if you have a degree, even if you have a master's, these are things that you have to embrace, that they are part of life. We have to trade something for value. You understand? But at the end of the day, for the little you have, plan it rightly right now. Make budgets, reduce on your consumption in the things that you only consume the necessities, and also buy things in bulk, so that they know that you've bought things in bulk, but then also agree on what kind of level of how you're going to utilize this kind of things, because we cannot tell what the future holds. So at the end of the day, be creative, sit down and see, how can I make money during this time? Because it's really very possible to make money during this time. I don't want to really lie to you, but it's very possible to utilize the online channels. Just even actually go on YouTube or Google and say side hustles that I can actually utilize during this time of the lockdown and make some extra money. There's many people are online there trying to watch and see what is exactly there. See how you can creatively make money out of it. It's very possible. It's a broader subject that I really do as a coach. I help employees create different other sources of income. So I'm going to leave a link in case you want to read more about how you can create a side hustle even during this time. It may not earn you money right now, but you might use this time to actually create something that will be able to support you at the end of the day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Samuel. I'm trying to see here more questions that have come through. So Kajubi Ibrahim says, sir, like you have your wife and you've been so supportive to her, and finally you're no longer supportive because of COVID. In which ways can you remain productive to your family in this Corona era? I think you've somehow spoken to it, but maybe you can add something if you'd like to add to it. So also Rebecca says, this is a very nice presentation. Thanks, it will help a lot. Samuel, I don't know if you'd like to respond to how you.
Yeah, I think Darius, right now, if you're in that dilemma, I think communication is very key. Maintain the communication and also be honest. I know as men, as boyfriends, as whatever we are, we usually want to make ourselves to be so much better off. We want to put a false picture before our spouses. So right now, do something or communicate to them. Let them learn of how you stand. You think creatively with them. Have the discussions. They had discussions. I know sometimes they are hard and you don't want to feel insecure as a man, but at a point in time like this, you have nothing to do, because if somebody asks you, please send me 50,000, and you see that WhatsApp and you blow tick it and you have nothing to do, at the end of the day, you lose the relationship because they think you have, yet you actually don't have. So communicate to them and tell them of the situation, how it is standing. It is really very helpful. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Samuel. Someone is asking about the presentation. Yes, if you need it, you can please type in the chat. and I'll ask Samuel to share with me the presentation, and I will send it to your emails. I hope that is fine with you, Samuel.
Yeah, that is very fine. You can also follow me on Facebook. I share a lot of things. Today was just one of those days where we have limited time, but lots of things that I really share. So you can follow me on Facebook, and you can learn a lot from me. I write a lot of articles. Even during this time, I've committed myself. I go live every night at around 11 there to try to share insights on two ideas around career, around personal finance, around business. I just want to keep helping different people that would love to learn from me, because it's a time for us to give back to people. It's a time for us to reflect and see how can we create more value in the lives of others. So that is what I can basically say. So for more information, you can always reach out to me. My Facebook name is Samuel Ivanda. I already shared a link. I can also share more here. But I also share the slides with Darius, just as he has said. And let's connect, people. Let's utilize this time. Find somebody who is inspirational that you can follow this time. Go watch their videos. Go learn from them. Somebody whom you look up to at this point in time like this is very important. There are also free sites where you can get books. Like I think there's a site called PDF. I'm just trying to find the link. There's a site where you can find any book that you may want online. I'm just trying to find some of those books. Darius, do you know that site?
Yes, the site is called pdf.net. Yeah,
yes.
You can only...
So pdf.net will be able to give you greater insights that you can utilize during this time. It has all the books that you want. Either you want a book on finance, either you want a book on maybe marriage, either you want a book on what. Get to those sites and learn. And even also YouTube, watch the videos. They are really very important for you to learn. At the end of the day, there are also free courses. Even when you just put it in Google, free courses, you'll find them. So it's really very important. We also have, maybe just to Darius to share, I have a mentorship I'm partnering with one of the successful entrepreneurs in Uganda, Brian of Bravo Shoes. We do this mentorship every morning, Monday and Friday, and we are starting a new cohort for the next 1 month to help people, especially during this lockdown. It's basically for business people and how they can grow their businesses online. So if in case you're interested to join in, I'll just share my WhatsApp. Just send me WhatsApp and say, Samuel, add me to the mentorship group, where you'll get more details about that in case you want to grow a very strong brand online for your business, but also for yourself as an individual, as an expert subject matter. Yeah. So somebody says, this is how the Samuels are. Yes, this is how we are. We usually provide value at the end of the day. So thank you, Darius.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much, Samuel, for sharing with us. It has been wonderful, and I hope that members have found value from this fellowship. So right now, I would like to call upon ROTARACT Matthew to move a vote of thanks for our speaker today. Thank you, and over to you, Matthew.
Oh, thank you so much, President. Let me take this opportunity to thank our guest speaker of today's fellowship for this great insight and talk amidst these challenges we are going through of Corona, of the pandemic, of the lockdown. Such words keep us moving, however the challenges we have. I know with the 7 Fs you've given us, we shall be moving. Thank you so much for this great talk.
All right.
That's
Thank you so much, Matthew, and thank you so much, ROTARACT, for inviting me. And thanks everyone that has joined in. I look forward to interacting with you more beyond this, like I indicated. So I wish you the best during this time. Please keep safe. COVID is real and COVID is everywhere. Once you get the disease, please take the right medication. And it's not a death sentence. I'll give you my a testimony, myself, not even a testimony, but a reality is that I tested COVID positive on Friday. So I'm on either day 3. So COVID is real, but at the end of the day, when it comes, we shouldn't lose hope. We should just do what is required of us and continue positive. So it's very possible that you can get the disease, but what matters a lot is remain positive, do what the doctors are recommending, don't do self-medication. Make sure that at this point in time, you keep yourself active into productive things. I remember when I was talking to Darius before this session, Darius asked me, Sam, will you make it to the session? I said, Darius, I will actually make it to the presentation because I know that this is my purpose. This is why I exist. If I die the next day because of oxygen, at least 34 people would have been part of this session and would have benefited from me. So what exactly are you doing right now that you can be proud of yourself even when you're born? So thank you so much, and God bless you. Bye-bye.
fantastic. Thank you very much, Samuel. Thank you for blessing us with your knowledge this evening. I know, like we shared, you're not feeling that fine, but you said, Darius, I will be there. So that is very fantastic of you. So we've been joined by a couple of clubs. Thank you very much for choosing to fellowship with us. I'll kindly call upon Jamiru to recognize those clubs that have fellowship.
Thank you very much, President. Hope I'm audible. Am I audible, President? Let someone confirm, please.
Yes, you are.
You're more than
well, thank you very much, President, for me to thank everyone who participated in today's fellowship. President, today we had club is the ROTARACT Club of Kabalagala, the Pancakes. We had the ROTARACT Club of Muyenga Breeze, the Breezelets. President, we had the ROTARACT Club of King Caesar University. Thank you for gracing us. The ROTARACT Club of Mengo, the DRR Club. President, we had the ROTARACT Club of Lira. Thank you so much for gracing our fellowship. The ROTARACT Club of Kampala North, our very good Friday club. Thank you for coming through. We have a club information, that is the ROTARACT Club of Wakiso. President, we had the Mwekume partners with us. We had the ROTARACT Club of Chambogo and then the ROTARACT Club of Bukoto. Thank you for gracing our fellowship. President, we had 3 guests visited us tonight. President, I submit.
Thank you very much, Jamiru, for recognizing.
Over to you, President.
Thank you, Jamiru. We thank all the clubs that joined us, particularly the presidents. Thank you for leading your clubs. We had President Ruth Nisima from our Mwekume partners. Herbert Wahasa was also earlier on. We had President Hilary from Muyenga Breeze. We had President Dennis Oki from Lira. We also had the president of Kabalagala, just forgotten his name, but we also had him around. Thank you very much for having been with us. And each and every ROTARACTer, the members of RUBAGA, thank you for making it to our fellowship. I appreciate that. And everyone that we may have not seen and recognized, but as long as you were part of this call, we hope that you found it productive, you found it fruitful, and that it is going to help you to implement something for yourself. Yes, Kawempe, RC Kawempe, thank you for having joined us. We appreciate your presence. So right now, I would like to call upon Dr. Crescens to give us the final toast as we end today's fellowship.
Thank you, President. Hope everyone can hear me. Hello.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. For the wonderful fellowship we have had, and for the wonderful talk we have heard from Samuel Ivanda.
We can hear you.
Am I heard?
You're very loud and clear.
Hello?
Yes, we can
Yeah, I
hear
was
you.
giving the final talk, but I think you're not hearing me. Let me say it again. Okay, for the wonderful fellowship we have had, and for the wonderful talk we have heard from Sam, I give you Rotary International.
Rotary world
Rotary
over.
world over.
Rotary all over.
My network is not clear, but not strong.
So fellowship
I'm
is
sorry.
over. Feel free to remain around and chat. If you'd like to, feel free to exit if you'd like to.